Patrick Kennedy is either the son or the grandson, probably the grandson of Robert Kennedy, who's turning over in his grave right now. When Robert Kennedy was a Democrat, he was the Attorney General for his brother, John Kennedy, and they were heroes. What I wanted to comment on was corporate intelligence. At the very beginning, he mentioned corporate intelligence, and I didn't mention that to you earlier. When President Trump was a candidate, or even when he was newly elected, I remember him being chastised by one of the news anchors, Chris Como, I believe. It was Chris Como, who rebuked him, saying, "You don't believe your own intelligence agencies?" And Trump said, "I have my own intelligence." And this is the reason why Trump doesn't trust the intelligence agencies. Not only are they proven to be corrupt, but at the time, this is the situation. It used to be that to be the head of an intelligence agency, the FBI, the CIA, the NIS, you had to be military. You had to be a general or an admiral. Okay? And that placed you under military law. If you spoke anything of the intelligence that is supposed to go only to the president, every day the president gets an intelligence briefing of everything going on all over the world. If you speak anything of that, you are under military law. They can put you in jail for the rest of your life, or they can even hang you. But since the corporations became powerful, more powerful than the White House, more powerful than the elected government, the heads of the as they call them, the alphabet agencies, CIA and I almost said NBC, CIA, FBI, the heads of the alphabet agencies no longer have to be military. And Clapper, for example, he's not military. Comey's not military. Chris Ray is not military. So if they speak out of line, they're not subject to any penalty at all. So that's why Trump was rejecting the intelligence of the intelligence agencies. He knew they were corrupt, and he knew that they didn't have to answer for what they were doing. So I just wanted to talk to you about corporate intelligence. That's the switch over in the intelligence agencies of the United States, just a part of the deterioration of our republic. Remember, we are not a democracy. We are a democratic, representative republic. I shouldn't even say democratic. We are a representative republic. Republic meaning that we are a nation of laws. A democracy is very dangerous because a democracy means if you have 51% of the people agreeing, that's the law. And the people can be mind controlled. So we have a law that was written down, it was voted on, it was debated, it was voted on in the Constitutional Convention under sober-minded men who actually prayed to God. And that is the law of the land, that is our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. So, and that is another reason why the popular vote does not elect the president, although there's another reason also, which has to do with the distribution of the people throughout the nation. But we are not a democracy, and that's what these Democrats are floating, that idea, our democracy, our democracy. We are not a democracy. We are a republic, a representative republic. That means we elect representatives to represent us in the government, which is a republic. Are there any questions about this? Okay, so the next one is Mueller is toast, which apparently they found out even more information about him, and they did a follow-up. So we'll do that. Why don't we take 15 minutes? This is really burning your brain, I know. 15 minutes from now, and after that, I'll leave it up to the media team if they want to do one more on that. But I really highly suggest that you all at least ask the Lord if you shouldn't help you, if you shouldn't be fighting some time to go to this YouTube site and listen to at least some of these, they're not really videos, they're audios. The information is simply fascinating, and it can only do you good to have it in your mind. Even if the Lord disproves it, at least it's in your mind. You're not a sitting duck. You're not one of the people in this nation that are not participating in what God is doing, because God is in the midst of this. God sent Donald Trump. God is in the midst of this war. And this ministry is in the midst of this war. And the majority of the church is not, and it's a shame. It's just really a shame. So, we're going to take 15 minutes this time for you to rest, get your head together, think about something silly to reset your brain, and we will do Mueller's toast in 15 minutes.